once I started realizing, actually I should say once I realized and I believed that I shouldn't try. I don't have any control over anybody else. I shouldn't try to control anybody else. That's not how you show that you're a leader. That's not how you show that you're a power. You got to be an example first. And I learned that. I learned that to be true. It sat in my heart. It was like, yeah, that's the truth. You gotta lead by example. You gotta be it. You gotta have a high level of discipline. That's when I was like, okay, I gotta stop whatever I'm doing, how I'm running this operation at home, as a member of this planet and the community, at any level, as a husband, as a dad, as a pet owner, as a son, all that, as a neighbor. Like, before I could even think and judge or criticize or give my opinion, even if it's to myself, about someone else, I need to lead. And that made so much sense. So then here I go, like a year and a half ago, about figured out what my missing piece was. Like, okay, I was people pleasing. There I go, trying to change others through doing things that they would like. Okay, keep them happy. And then, of course, my benefit was you show me love, you show me attention, gratitude. It makes me feel good because I don't have any for myself. But ultimately, it was like, I need to change you, and so you can change me. And that's not the way it works. Like, okay, cool. I start working on myself. I cracked that code, which was self-victimizing, people-pleasing, which those came along with no confidence because I had no discipline. Those are the four things, really. Those were the missing puzzle pieces that I had. That once I figured out, it was on. I've made more progress in a year and a half than I've made all my life. And now anything I do is just quickly. It's like, that's the way. I knew that stuff moves fast because I would see others do things. I'm gonna start doing this. Whoa, that fool figured it out quick. He's doing it. I don't want to do it no more. It's boring. Let's do this. And changes directions, starts doing something else, starts killing it in that. Like, wow, I'm still trying to figure out that three things ago that we had in common. I'm still trying to get it off past level 3. Now I understand why. Those 4 pieces that I was missing. Now I took those out of my life completely, and I make it progress as quick, or if not faster, or at more difficult things than I used to see others do it. So I know that okay, now it's just a matter of time for stuff to continue to get close to me, as they have been. But the doubt that sometimes kicks in, or like a little bit of impatience that I've been feeling lately, is like, am I being, because now realizing that I can't control anybody, I shouldn't try to control anybody, I can't control anybody, don't control anybody. I understand that that part is not a struggle no more. I was like, done. If I got any of that, like, man, I got this feeling of wanting to control something, or wanting to say something, or wanting to adjust something because I'm not liking how that's happening. That's how they are talking, how they're conducting themselves, what they're doing. If I have that feeling of, man, this fool just wants to like go correct someone. Like, okay, go look in the mirror and go correct yourself, because there's plenty of stuff that you're falling short on that you could do harder. Before you start working on somebody else, get close to that perfect level, to that perfect human, to that perfect person. Once you're rocking perfect as your identification, then, and I'm saying that sarcastically, of course, then I can go start fixing other people once I'm like perfect. Come on. Before I start doing that to anybody else, I need to continue working on myself. But like I was saying, the doubt that kicks in, is it doubt? Is it impatientness? Is it like questioning? I think it's all of those. It's all of those put together. It's like, is this even, am I being an inspiration? Am I going hard enough to where I am inspiring? Am I inspiring? Am I enough of a shining light of improvement, of progress? Or am I being delusional? Am I seeing my progress as like slow down, bro? It's not that big of a deal. You're not that much progress. You know, you're not expecting too much. And what I did to fix that is that, again, it's all my mindset. It's if you're whatever I feel about myself is what I have to is what I should expect others to feel about me, because the world's a mirror. Whatever I feel is what others feel. It's like, so if I'm thinking, or I've been doubting, like, hey, am I being impressive enough? Am I inspiring enough? Because the idea is to inspire. Am I doing this to inspire? No, I'm doing this to become the version of me that's like I respect and admire. Part of that is gonna it's a foregone conclusion. It's gonna happen anyway. That, like, you can't, it's undeniable. You can't help but to be impressed. Like, okay, am I impressing? Am I inspiring? That's the word, sorry. Am I inspiring? It could be not yet. I mean, if it's day one, are you gonna inspire because of just all the hype and all the talk? You're talking too much. And the only thing that I come around to and just remember is, first of all, do I inspire myself? Do I look at myself and like, man, okay, you have made progress. How do you know you make progress? You have to measure. You have to measure. And how do I measure? I measure the things. Have I stayed consistent with the things I have control of? Have I been waking up early? Yes. Have I been exercising every day? Yes. Have I been tracking my food correctly and staying on track? Yes. Can you see the results on my body? Yes. Can you see the results around me with different things that I could measure, numbers that I could measure, stuff that has come to me? I haven't chased it, that just comes to me. Like, yes. Okay, then everything else, don't worry about it. What do you mean? Isn't that like not caring? It's like, no, you're not caring. You're caring about stuff that's not your responsibility. It's not my responsibility. So it's like, okay, well then what's my responsibility? Your responsibility is just to keep on doing the work. But that's where I get stuck, see, and I do the work. It's like, okay, the last one that was the toughest one to break was the waking up early. Finally mastered that one. Figured that one out. Done deal. Been knocking it out. Feels great. Cool. All right. So now it's like, okay, where's the inspiration? Am I inspiring or not? And that's where I'm at right now. That's where I get stuck. I question myself often with that. Like, am I inspiring? And I think that'll come just organically. I think that'll come just by watching people around me, watching my loved ones, more than anything, watching people on here, listening, paying attention. And I think the universe will put in front of me when it's time. Like the undeniable receipt, proof that, like, oh yeah, look it, I am inspired. Cool. And I thought, what will that change? Well, are you gonna stop improving yourself if nobody else does? No. Are you gonna stop improving yourself if everybody else doesn't? Oh, no. Okay, so you're just gonna keep on going, right? Because you love the feeling, you see the progress, you see you see the results of your hard work. Absolutely. I mean, at this point, there's nothing that anybody could do that would stop me from working on myself. Now that I figured it out, because I've been working on myself for decades. I think I started like in my early 20s. Just still in hopes to, like, what's wrong? Why can't I see everybody else just passing me up and doing so much so fast. That's taking me forever. I can't get past this, like, 30% on anything I do. So since then, I've been going and going and going and going, trying to figure out. And like I said, those last 4 things, once I figured out those last 4 things, I've made more progress in a year and a half than I've made in 20 years. And beyond, before that, before I started messing around and understanding and developing myself. So no, I won't stop. Despite me asking, like, am I inspiring? Well, that's not up to me. I'm going to keep on doing me. Whether I'm sure I'll still question myself. Maybe I'll try not. Maybe I should. Maybe I should stop trying. I should stop asking myself, am I inspiring? I think the question that I'm going to kind of just remix that to or change it up to is, am I doing the work? Whoops, sorry about that. Am I doing the work? Am I doing my part? What's my part? The exercise, the diet, the wake-up time. Making sure that all 5 pillars of my life are growing. Are they? And that would be a better thing to measure. That would be a better thing to ask. Am I doing my part? Once I know that I'm doing my part, I guess that kind of calms my question or my curiosity or my impatience. That's probably what it is. More like being impatient. I want more validation. It probably comes down to the people pleasing that's still there, that nasty like habit that I've had for all my life. I'm trying to please others by being an inspiration to them. Therefore, I get validation. Therefore, I get good. There it is. See, it still comes around. These bad habits that you break, that you fix, that you replace with good habits have been so rooted for so many years that you got to be aware, pay attention. I just figured it out right now. It's me wanting to inspire others, me looking, because I still want, of course, it's a great thing. It would be a great thing for you. But me searching for it, searching for the validation that someone is, searching for the receipt, someone. Why? Because I want that pump up. I want the, yes, it's working. That's me looking, trying to people please someone else so I can get their validation, so I can get like that they're impressed, so I feel better. And that was the recipe. That was the equation on why I would people please. And that's why I like doing these videos. I like doing these videos on where I'm currently at. What are my thoughts? What are my questions? What are my curiosities? Where am I? What am I guiding through today, right now, this moment? Because I'll have these answers that'll come out in the middle of me sharing it. Just knowing that's me wondering is still that ugly ass bad habit that I had of people pleasing. Solved.